Welcome viewers back to the fourth episode of my channel. Now today's title of discussion is communication, which is of immense relevance, and the dynamics and the other dimensions of the term communication in today's context is really very serious. And before I go to communication, I must mention 3 points which I left in the earlier video parts as my suggestions of overcoming the problems that I would say that the problems that were shown, disadvantages that were discussed in the last 2 episodes on challenges of working from home, I must say that to strengthen the mind and also have the operating procedure of the mind much more powerful, empowerment of mind rather, 3 things are required. One is adaptability, second is accommodativeness, and third is attitude development. Now, let us go back to the original topic of discussion. Now, communication, firstly we should understand what communication means. It's a huge relevance it has got. So, first thing I want to declare you that it cannot be completed, the discussion cannot be completed within 2 parts even. So, I have decided to make it a 3-part program every week or whatever time that I shall fix up in the course of time. So that will be there. Now, what do we mean by communication? In the very simple and plain terms, communication means conveying something to others, maybe one person, maybe others, or by a group of people to other group of people. That is sending the message, sending the important issues, information, order, request, love, good wishes, everything. Whatever we convey to others or others is the basic tenets of communication. Now, after that, we have to go to the deep details that communication has a kind of a cycle. You know, if I want to communicate something, I shall first encode a message and thereafter I shall send it to the prospective recipient or recipients. They will receive the communication, decode the communication, and thereafter they will give a feedback, and this feedback makes the total cycle complete of the communication. Now, communications are basically of 2 types. One is verbal type and the other is written type. Now, we are not going to discuss today anything about the written communication. We shall be concentrating our discussion on verbal communication. Now, verbal communication has its again other aspects also, like non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means a lot of things like putting off a light or putting on a light, a communication. Even if I do not smile at a point of time when somebody is seriously speaking something and wanting me to enjoy it, I am not smiling. So it means I am making a communication that I am not happy. Our body language is a very much important issue on communication. Even the color of shirt that I wear on a particular occasion, it also gives a kind of a communication. Even when you wink something in a party, it gives a communication to the recipient for whom it is made for. So communication is a very weak term, and non-verbal, verbal, I have told you we shall have to discuss elaborately. But before that, I must say that communication does not always mean that you have to communicate. Even by silence, one can communicate so many things. In fact, Peter Drucker has said, silence is the best form of communication. That means not to say anything is the saying. Okay, so now this aspect I must refer a court case, Supreme Court case in 1983 onwards, like that, if I could correctly remember. This court, the Apex Court described that Article 19C of the Indian Constitution gives us the right to speak. But on a particular case of Jehovah's Witness, a Christian tribe of Kerala, when they approached before the Supreme Court at the final body, that their children are not going to sing the national anthem because they do not consider Janagana Mana Odhinayaka Jaya He. They have got the only God that is Christ. So they were reluctant, their children were reluctant to sing national anthem in the school, in the prayer line. So they were actually removed from the school. This case went up to their Supreme Court described right, Article 19C, that is right to speak, also give us the right not to speak. That means, I repeat, Article 19C give us the right to speak. It also equally denotes right not to speak. What was the case result? That we shall come afterwards. in the next video what was the result ultimately, dear viewers. Now, I shall also mention a very important thing, that when you read something, it's a verbal communication. Written communication transform into verbal communication. But reading also makes a lot of difference. Art of reading is there. When I read something, when you read something, when somebody else reads something, that makes a difference. So how do I read it? Now in this context, I must refer one of the most important luminary in the Indian history, legal world, that is Sir Rasbihari Ghosh, in whose name the Rasbihari Avenue from Chetla to Garihar has been named because of his tremendous charity that he made at the end of his life. He donated 23 lakhs of rupees, including the Calcutta University at that point of time got the 11 lakhs rupees as towards the development of science and technology. Now this Rasbihari Ghosh had a very peculiar way of communicating things. He was humorous. I shall tell you in next part number of humorous communication that he used to make impromptu. Art of reading, Sir Rasbihari Ghosh had that same art of reading. He was fighting a case of a freedom fighter, and he was at the end of the case, but the British judge was not actually convinced. So actually is giving the defense. Defense means whatever he wants to say as a last resort, he could. Rasbihari Ghosh drafted out a petition of 3 pages almost, so that he could read it. Meantime, Rasbihari Ghosh had emergency case, one case adjacent to this particular court, and he told his junior that he should read it out, the petition, only that will do, because the British judge will definitely be convinced. Rasbihari Ghosh had to run for the High Court to attend that case, but fortunately that case was not being held there. Naturally, Ghosh came back immediately rushing to this court, where he found that his junior had almost completed the reading and he is on the last paragraph of the reading. But at a glance he saw the face of the British judge not like to be convinced at all, neither impressed at all. Ghosh immediately decided his course of action. He snatched away the paper from the junior's hand and said, "Now Rasbihari Ghosh reads." I repeat, he said, "Now Rasbihari Ghosh reads." That means he must have that much of confidence that whatever he is reading, that must be convincing. If somebody else could read, but when Rasbihari Ghosh reads, it means he has that much of confidence. So this is how ultimately what the case ultimately stood there. I shall be discussing in the next video. Now I am concluding the session with the same request that please share, like and subscribe. Also, please comment on the comment box, and at least, if not, at least to my email address, okay, that is being given on the screen. So therefore, we shall be meeting very soon, and until then,